Hey guys, welcome back to Adventures in Aviators. Today we are jumping in at He'eia Bay on the west side of Hawaii near Kona town. If you're new to our channel, I encourage you to subscribe and like this video. Smash that like button. We love jumping in the water here in Hawaii. We love taking you on hiking adventures and checking out all of beautiful nature. And we encourage you to come and be a part of that, help to share your knowledge about this beautiful world with everyone else on the interwebs. We're going to be ranking He'eia Bay on 5 different categories: location, water access, wildlife, water traffic, and facilities. And we're going to rank all these on a scale of 1 to 5 manta rays, the illustrious 5 manta rays being the best you could possibly hope for here on the Big Island. Let's jump right into it. Where is He'eia Bay? It is down in Keauhou. He'eia is just south of Keauhou Shopping Center, which kind of marks the far edge of Kona in my mind. So if you're coming down from Kamehameha III from the highway, you just continue past Ali'i Drive towards the bay. Or if you're coming on Ali'i, you'll turn right down the hill. An important distinction here is different than Google Maps. Google Maps wants to take you down on Halua Road. The actual entry point to this area is on Manukai Street before that. It's going to take you about 5 to 15 minutes if you're coming from Kona town, a little bit longer, maybe half an hour, 45 minutes if you're coming from the resorts up north. To get down to the water, this is a rock beach. It's not a true beach, but there is a path that leads down from the road. There's limited parking up here. There's a cul-de-sac with parking all along the side, and you can park along the side of the street as well, but there's not a true parking lot here. And you'll have to just keep your eyes open for this little walkway that goes down the hill to the beach area. Because it is right in town, I am giving this 4 out of 5 manta rays. Up next is water access, and water access here is a little more complicated than some places. I just want to give a caveat by saying this is not a place that you will snorkel all the time. You can see here that when swell is up, this is not a place that you want to consider snorkeling really at all. It's not going to be enjoyable in any way, shape, or form. It's going to be significantly more dangerous. But you're not going to be able to see much anyway here. And even with a light swell, you can see on the day that I went out, it doesn't look like there's any swell. But even on days like that, what swell does exist can really push you around. And because of the unique rock formations underwater here, you really got to be careful that you're not going to get pushed into something, get pushed into some sea urchins or the vana here. Will quickly ruin your snorkel and potentially your trip. So we definitely want to caveat by saying this place gets really dangerous when the swell is up, so make sure to check the water forecast before you choose to come to this area. Now, a couple of you had pointed out that in our last one at mile marker 4 that it was a rock entry and it might not be as easy as the 4 manta rays I gave it, and I tend to agree with you on that one. This is a similar rock entry here. As you're looking at the water, your best point of entry is going to be kind of left of the big dead tree that's there on the beach. And just kind of gently work your way into the water there. But you're right, it's not super easy. It's definitely significantly harder than a beach entry. But when it's nice and calm, you're not going to have to worry about too many things in the water. The sea urchins aren't in that close, but you just got to kind of gently work your way into the water. So I will give this one 3 manta rays for water access. All right, so Michelle from the other room has convinced me that this is not 3 manta rays. This is 2 manta rays. It is difficult. It's not easy to get into. So we're downgrading it from 3 to 2 manta rays. Next up is wildlife, and He'eia is pretty for a unique type of wildlife. It's going to be more of your shallow water fish. It doesn't get especially deep here. And for that reason, you might be disappointed if you're looking for some bigger things like manta rays or eagle rays. Not to say that you couldn't see them here, but I don't exactly look for them in this area because it's a really small bay. What is cool about this area is the underwater rock formations and the different nooks and crannies that, especially if you're a little bit more of an advanced snorkeler who feels comfortable diving down, if you like to go looking for things, this place is great for that. You have got just all kinds of little holes everywhere, crevices, and it's great for exploring kind of the contours of the seafloor there. So that's really neat, but there's definitely still going to be really great amounts of fish, whether you're on the south side, which kind of connects in with Keauhou Bay, or on the north side along by the resort there. You do want to watch as either of those areas, those points there, the swell increases significantly as you get there. So even if it looks calm, give yourself some room so you're not going to be pushed into the rocks in those areas. I have definitely seen big schools of fish in this area, so keep your eyes open. All in all, some unique wildlife here, definitely not the bigger things though, so I'm going to give this 3 out of 5 manta rays. Now, water traffic is one of the best things about this bay. There are not many people here, nor is there much water traffic in the way of boats or kayaks and stuff like that. It's not a bad point of entry for kayaks, but I don't see a lot of people doing that here. A lot of times there's an actual canoe club out of Keaho Bay, and so most people will go in down there. And so you don't get a lot of boat traffic in the bay proper. Now, if you choose to go outside of the bay and get further out, you will definitely want to keep your eyes open for kayaks, power boats, just all of those kind of things. And so I'm going to focus more on the bay itself here, which really is not that popular for tourists' sake. It's I rarely find, but a handful of people are going to be out in the water, especially if you go in the morning. Like we always say, go in the morning if you want to avoid the people. But really, this is a pretty private little cove of an area that doesn't see a lot of tourists. It is a great area for a more secluded time in the water. Because of fewer tourists and limited boats, I'm going to give this the illustrious 5 manta rays.
5 manta rays.
Finally, we have facilities, and there are not proper facilities here at He'eia, but down at Keaho Bay, at the little beach park down there, you do find facilities. There's also another set of restrooms over by some of the boating companies that are in the bay here. So they're not too far away. So if you do have a bathroom emergency, you've definitely got some options, but there's not going to be anything right there or near your car. Parking's okay, but not great. So facilities, all in all, you're pretty well lacking, but you're not too far from civilization. So for that, I'm going to give this 2 out of 5 manta rays. Overall, He'eia is a fun little bay that's quite secluded. It's fun for sunsets as well. And it's just a little bit off the beaten path. And if you want a secluded time, it's a great place to come and check out. It can feel crowded if there's more than, 5 to 10 people there, because it is quite small. But it's a great little adventure for an hour or so in the morning. Make sure that the seas are calm if you're going to check out this bay. So do a little homework in advance. And I do want to say that if you do venture out in this area and you do head towards Keaho Harbor, make sure to watch out for boat traffic, because there's a boat channel there. Boats have the right of way. They may not always be looking out for you. So please be careful if you venture outside of this little bay, because you will run into significant boat traffic in a hurry. So please be safe out there. Take care of one another. Enjoy everything that this area has to offer, but be safe as well. And we will see you guys next time.